Ivan Eiler here with Hammer in Hand, and today we're going to do a video for you that's not really typical of us, but thought it might be handy. See, I broke my cell phone screen. Now I could buy another one, but for the cost of it, and for the cost of having it repaired, I thought, well, I'm going to fix it myself, and figured out what the hell, if I'm fixing it myself, might as well show you guys how it's done. You can buy these repair kits online. They make it real easy, give you everything you need. So we've got instruction book, we've got all the tools that we need on the back here, even got a little mat so we can set our screws on, a little magnetic mat. That way we know where everything goes as we take it apart. And the cool thing about these kits too is they're pretty cheap. You can pick one of these up for like 20 bucks. So first things first, we gotta power off the phone, obviously. And we're just gonna actually walk through these instructions with you. This is a pentalobe screwdriver. It's kind of like a Torx bit, but with 5 points instead of 6. And it's gonna be for the little screws on the bottom here. And depending on what type of phone you have, the kit that you order will come with the obviously with the right tools for the right phone. So they make it pretty easy. And you see here on this mat, we can just take and put each screw that we get out right where it goes, and then we know exactly where everything goes, because some of these are going to look really similar but maybe be a little bit longer or shorter. You want to make sure you got them in the right spot. That little mat, that'll really help keep everything in track. So now for this part, we're using a suction cup just to help lift the screen. So we get that stuck down so we can get some tension on it. And we're gonna start to lift this up if we can here. Let's just break it a little more. Alright, well, I got my screen busted up enough that the suction cup doesn't seem to want to make suction, so I'm going to take this little pad I've got here. It's got sticky adhesive on it. I'm going to use that to stick down so I've got something to pull up on. If you don't have anything like that laying around, any kind of flat piece that you have, piece of metal, piece of anything, if you stick something down on there that's got a little handle on it, something you can get a hold of, you can just use like emblem adhesive that you could get from AutoZone or anywhere. Just use something like that, because we're going to be getting rid of the screen anyway, so it doesn't matter if you got sticky stuff on it. You just definitely need a way to be able to pry that up. If a suction cup isn't cutting it for you, then something like this ought to. There we go. Alright. You want to be careful as you're doing this part, as you're just trying to get this lifted off, but there's going to be a cord in there connecting that home button. So you just want to get the sides pried up, and you'll feel it kind of let go. Kind of work your way down the sides with your little pry tool. There we go. Alright, now we got our screen opened up. Now you can see there, that's where we've got our home button connected. And these little connectors, they're really delicate, they're fragile, so you want to be really careful when you're doing this part not to break those. So we're going to have to reuse that home button. So there's this little tab in here. And we got to get that off of there. And that just pops out. There we go. Now once we've got that little connector popped out of there, now we can unplug that. We're not going to want to unplug that with a metal tool. That's why they supplied us with these little plastic tools. So we'll go ahead and use that. should be able to just pop this up, just like that. So now we're disconnected. Now I can lift it up. You don't want to take it past 90. You just want to get it up high enough so that you can get at this little plate here. I'm actually skipping ahead. If we're following along with the instructions, we should. Should flip the page here. Okay, so now we're going to be taking our little screwdriver, little Phillips head that we got with it, and taking out these screws for this plate here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have one of these screws that's a little bit longer than the others, so you really want to make sure that you're putting these in the right spot where you got them out from on your little screw mat. So you don't want to put that long one in the wrong spot when we go to put this back together. And I've had too much coffee this morning to be doing this. It turns out I've got the shakes more so than I've had in a long time. Right when I'm doing something delicate, it's always good. There we go. All right. And then those all actually look to be the same length on this particular foam, but that's okay. Still want to make sure we're putting them in the right spot. Okay. Careful. There we go. All right. We'll just set that off to the side. And we're going to have 3 different plugs here. So we want to take these out one at a time in order. So we're going to start with this one over here. And just carefully prying up on this to unplug it. There we go. Alright. So there's one unplugged. Well, we're going to get this one here. There's number 2. And then there's going to be this last one back here. There's our number 3. Alright, and there we go. We've got our screen detached. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get the speaker off for the earpiece. That's just by removing these 2 screws here so we can get that plate off. There we go. There's our speaker. Let's set that off to the side. Now we got to remove this little tab here. This is going to be where you can see it's got these little gold connectors, and it's laid down on these little pins here. So we got to carefully lift this off. Make sure we don't damage this. This could be a little tricky. There we go. Alright. So next we want to get off our home button. I think that one actually might stay where we got it, so I think we're good there. Just got to get it out of the way to get this. Should be another screw under there, I think. Yeah, there we go. Get this plate out of our way. And now we're going to want to remove this silver plate back here. But we can get this home button out first if we want. Just should be able to. We're going to have to be careful here. We got this rubber gasket. If you do end up tearing it though, just so you know, you can get online and you can order yourself a new one, but better than not have to do that. But they are available, so don't stress out too much about it. Alright, so next we want to remove this thermal silver plate here, and that's with these screws on the side. We've got this little retainer one up here too. There we go. There's our thermal plate. And that's our old screen that we're discarding. Should have everything off of it that we needed. And all the stuff that's on that should all be right here on our new screen. So now what we need to do is we need to peel off this protective layer here. Then we're going to put the thermal plate back on, and we're just going to kind of go through all the steps in reverse. Alright, so now we're just going to reconnect these in the same order we took them off in. So we're going to start up here with that one under there. The same thing, just holding the screen up here at that 90 degrees. We'll get that in place and snap it down. There we go, and you'll feel it. You'll feel it as it snaps into place. Just light pressure till you're sure it's lined up, and then, like I said, you'll feel it pop into place. So there we can get it lined up. And you could almost kind of hear it there too, but you'll feel it more than anything. It's very small connections. There it is right there. Sweet. One down, 3 to go. Alright, now we can bring our screen down into place. We're going to be reattaching our home button. It's the same as before. We got to plug this in down below. Feel that little snap. We can even check it there with a little bit of tension, not too much. You want to make sure you're not putting too much pressure on that cable there. It's just delicate. But you also want to make sure that you're connected good. Alright, so once you're snapped into place, we're going to replace our little clip here. And that'll click right into place just like that. You can see there we're set in good. Alright. So with that done, we should be able to start up at the top of our screen. Click and hook in. Just like that. And then we'll work our way down. Until we're snapped into place. Alright, and it looks like that works. Looks like we got all our function back. Let's see, let's go to camera. Yep, camera's working good. There's our camera right there. That seems to be functioning properly. We can go back, can lock out, turn it on. Yep. Thumbprint button seems to be working good. Looks like we've got it back to normal. So now that we know that we got it working good, we're going to replace our last 2 bottom screws, and then that's it. That's all there is to it. Spend about $20 and about an hour of your time, even if you've never done this kind of thing before, and your phone's right back to normal without having to buy a new one or spend $70 on a repair. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helps you.